Anyway, well, hey, for the benefit of all of you that are here, I want to welcome you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chuck Hansen. I'm not the guy on the left. That's my dog, Rocky, my 3-year-old AKC Doberman. And that's me on the right, 30 pounds heavier than I was when I started this journey in Valentus. So I've been around the network marketing industry for for a long time, over 31 years, right? Made a little bit of money in this industry, built organizations all over the world, and was kind of happily semi-retired in 2018 and enjoying myself. And then, some things changed, and you're going to hear about those changes here this evening. So, and like I said, if you hang around to the end, I'm going to give you a special gift, so you can hang around and be with me. Like I said, welcome. You're going to hear how you can cash in on 2 major billion-dollar trends. Billion-dollar trends. You're at the right place at the right time. So buckle up. Got a lot of information to cover in a very short period of time. And again, apologize for the challenge with everybody getting onto Zoom. 2 huge problems that I've seen over the course of forever, right? The last 30 years that I've been in this industry. The average person doesn't make enough money. I mean, does everybody agree with that? Yes, I see everybody shaking their head. Yes, the average person doesn't make enough money, and almost 75% of the population is overweight. I know I was, right? I know everybody that I look at is overweight. So, here's what's happened. Average salary in America is $35,000 a year. Most people only earn like $1.4 million in their entire lifetime. Right, it breaks down to $17.50 an hour. That's not very good wages, right? And next 19 years, 10,000 people a day are going to turn 65. And half of them don't have $10,000 saved for retirement. So there's a huge problem. American household debt has skyrocketed right into the trillions and trillions of dollars. So people are looking for a solution. They're looking for a solution to make more money. And a lot of people are looking for a solution, like I was last year, to lose some weight. We know obesity, right? I mean, obesity is now a global epidemic. The diseases and the complications of obesity are, horrendous, right? I mean, it just goes diabetes and stroke and heart. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So we all know the challenges, and we just haven't found anything that's ever worked. I mean, every American is on a diet about every 4 months, right? They flop around and flip around looking for a solution to lose weight. Earlier in 2018, I saw the coming together of coffee and weight loss, $170 billion combined industry, right? And these 2 major trends colliding together, it was, like one of those aha moments, right? Where coffee, yep, everybody pretty much drinks coffee, and weight loss, great combination if it works, right? If it works. And so that's what I said. So I found something that works, and I want to share it with you guys. So if you're ready, let's go talk about making some money. And that's what this is an income opportunity. If you're here for any other reason other than to hear about an income opportunity, then you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm going to tell you about a company that I looked at, and is a phenomenal company run by a good friend of mine, started by a good friend of mine, Dave Jordan, and this is his building up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, of all places. But it's the best opportunity I've seen in 30 years in this industry. It launched in 2014, which makes it 5 years old this July, 100% debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank, over $100 million in gross sales, a global seamless compensation plan, which means, for all of you that don't understand that we can refer people in any country on the planet, right? So if the country, you've got a friend in a country and it's on this planet, you can refer them to Valentus and we can ship them product. we're growing like crazy, right? $1 million a month, and that just continues to grow. Our first global office in the Philippines. I know other offices are coming. So shipping products globally. But you know what I like best about Valentus is Dave Jordan. I mean, this is a guy that has the personality, the experience, and all the components necessary to run a network marketing company. I've been asked many, many times over the last 30 years to start a company, and it just wasn't me, right? It just wasn't me, but it is Dave, and I applaud him and his wife, Joyce, for starting Valentus. And, one of these days I'll get into the reasons why they did that. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you living in your dream? Are you living your dream, right? Are you living your dream right now? Are you living in your dream house? Are you driving your dream car? Probably not. Most people say no, and why is it? Are you going on your dream vacations? Have you accomplished all of those things? Most people say no because of lack of time and lack of money. But, if you want things to change in your life, then you're going to have to change the way that you make money. So that's part of what this little presentation is all about. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things a little bit differently. I've seen people for the last 30 years doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting different results. Folks, that's the definition of insanity, right? So you don't want to keep doing the same things over and over again, knowing that it's not going to work and you're going to get the same results that you got. Just look at the last 5 years, look at the last 10 years and see, where you're at. And, if you're still doing the same thing, this is where you're going to be 10 years from now. I hope this is not your life. This is most people's lives, right? They work 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, 2 weeks off for vacation, right? They're underpaid and overworked. I mean, I can see a lot of you shaking your head. Yeah, that's me. 2,000 hours a year or more in a job that you hate, but you just got to do it. You dread Mondays because that's the start of the work week. I always hated that work week kind of phraseology, right? Here's a little example, 2,000 hours a year for 40 years, it's 80,000 hours. That's almost, not even hard. That's hard to think about, quite frankly, is 80,000 hours in a lifetime of work and in something that not very happy doing. And most people do just enough work so that they don't get fired, and their boss pays them just enough so that they don't quit, right? I mean, that's kind of the give and take. So your efforts are based on 100% of your earnings. So you have no leverage. You don't work, you don't get paid, right? Pretty simple. That's kind of nuts, right? You got to stop trading time for money. And that's what I saw a long, long time ago. You got to stop working for somebody else. He says you'll never get wealthy working for someone else, right? You got to start your own business. You got to learn how to use leverage. Let me give you a little example. If you built a small team of 10 people and you help them do the same, you'd have 110 people, right? And if those people went out and built a team of 10 people, you'd have 1,000. And if those people went out and built a team of 10 people, then you'd have 10,000. And that's how you get to 100,000. I've had groups of over 400,000 people, and all we ever did was build groups of 10 and build groups of 10 and build groups of 10. So if a group of 100 people go out and work 20 hours a week, that's 2,000 hours, that they just accumulated and worked. Your team just did in a week would have taken you a year by yourself to do. So, leverage is really the solution. John D. Rockefeller says it perfectly here. I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. And why not, right? So, this is what really excited me about the industry of network marketing, right? Residual income. Residual income, that's the income that you get paid over and over and over and over again. Now, if you're a celebrity or you've published some records, written some songs, you know about residual income, you get paid for all of those things. But in our industry, it's the sale of products, right? The repeat sales of products that you continue to get paid on. So that's why consumable products are the most effective products in this person-to-person type business that we're in called network marketing. My good friend Arjonek wrote a little thing here, and I love it. It says, if you understood residual income, you would walk through a brick wall to get it. And he is absolutely right. Earlier today, I got a note, picture and a note from a good friend of mine. And he was up in Alberta, Canada. And, he just sent me a quick little picture, and the picture said, "Hi, Chuck." And so I looked at that picture, and there's his smiling face right there, and his little sign that he says, "Hi, Chuck." And that's my good friend Brian McClure. Brian and I were partners when I lived in Austin, Texas. So Brian went on to a company that I didn't go to. And I said, "Brian," I said, "what's your check these days, and how much have you made since you started in 2006? And he says, $43 million, and my check is over $400,000 a month. I hope everybody heard that. $43 million he's earned, and his check is over $400,000 a month. Now, I want you to look real good at him. Does he look that smart? Obviously, he's smarter than I am, because he went to that company and stayed, right? The key to building a big residual income is to find a company that has got everything lined up, and I'll show you that. In Valentus, we've got a lot of products, but I think that our products are really the people, right? We're in the people business. We may have some other products that kind of catapult, but this is why we're in business, to work with people like this, whether they're in Kenya or in Nigeria or in Texas or in Micronesia or in Hawaii, or in Arkansas or wherever in the world they are. We're finding like-minded people that want to do more and get more, right, and help more people. So, here's why I got so excited about Valentus. It's because of the timing, right? Now, every company talks about timing, but the reality is that very few companies ever see the kind of timing that we're going to talk about, because most of them fail right down here, this formulation or the startup phase, where 98% of the startups fail. Had Valentus been a startup in that first 2 or 3 years, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have done what I've done. But because they were already 4 years old, it was safe. They've gone into another phase, right? And so I flew up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, met with Dave Jordan, and really did a careful analysis of the company, where it was and where it was going. And I did that because of a product that I'm going to tell you about shortly. But here's where we're at, right? Right company, right time, right products, right management team. All those planets and stars have lined up. Right now, last month, we did 6.4 million in sales for the month, right? And momentum, there is this thing called momentum. It's kind of like a mirage for most companies, but after you get to 3 or 4 million a month, there's no set number, but somewhere around there, because what has to happen is there's got to be enough stories about products working and about money being made. So that's about the number that you need in order to make that happen. If products aren't working, that number will never be reached. If people aren't making money, that number is never going to be reached. So we're at 6.4 million. We've grown by $3.5 million in sales over the last 90 days. I predicted that in 2019, we'd do somewhere between 40 and $50 million worth of business, and we're right on target to make that happen. The next leap is this leap right here, right? Where you go from 10 million a month on upwards, right? So 2020, I predicted a 6 to 10 time growth. And folks, I've been there with 3 other companies, and it wasn't because I was so smart. I just, was lucky. I caught them at the right time. I really didn't understand this in the very beginning, but I certainly understand, and I know what to look for in a company now. That's why I took the trip to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So, it's on target. And, if you're building a team right now, this is the best time, because you don't want to miss that wave, right? That's going to happen. After that wave happens, then you start to, obviously you can't grow it at 6 to 10 times a year, right? So the following year, maybe 2 times, right? A 2x growth to 800 million. And then finally off to $1 billion and beyond. So Dave is preparing for all of that growth right now up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, just doing a lot of things behind the scenes, actively working on getting that done. But this is the reason that I joined, because I know for a fact, every time that I've caught a company in this momentum phase, I've made millions of dollars. So I didn't want to miss that with Valentus. So tipping point was last year, May the 20th. I joined on May the 20th. Didn't get started till a little while later, but I started drinking 2 cups of Slim Roast Optimum about a week later, and I lost 9 pounds the first week. I lost 18 pounds the first month. Then, like I said, I jumped on an airplane and flew up there and started investigating, because everybody I was sharing the products with got the same results, right? They got, instant gratification. And that's what people are looking for. Is you don't want to wonder whether or not a product works. You want to know that it's working. We got a lot of other products, and I'm going to send you over to valentusproducts.com and let you take a look at the products. We could have started a company with any one or of assortment of these products, but I'm telling you, I stay focused on the Slim Roast Optimum, because it's done such amazing things. And like I said, it works instantly and almost works for everybody, because it works neurologically, right? So what I want to do is show you a real short video. It kind of explains what the product does and how it works. And all I ever do is just say, hey, try it. See if it works for you.
Introducing another innovative product from Valentus. Slim Roast Optimum Dark Roast Coffee. A great tasting neurologic coffee for optimum performance. Slim Roast Optimum is your logical daily solution to weight management. It's weight management with a neurological purpose. What if your brain had the ability to block unhealthy cravings? It doesn't matter if you've failed in your weight loss efforts in the past. You can do it this time by crushing your cravings. Your appetite is controlled by your cravings, and these cravings are controlled by your brain. Slim Roast Optimum helps everyone make smarter choices by blocking unhealthy craving signals in the brain. This uniquely formulated neurologic system is a Valentus Slim Roast Optimum exclusive. These neurologic nutrients nourish and reset brain receptor sites responsible for alertness, memory, focus, feeling full, metabolic functions, emotional balance, crave and hunger triggers, and much more. For the first time, you'll be able to crush your cravings while increasing your energy. Your body will learn to metabolize fat into energy while helping it regulate blood sugar. Slim Roast Optimum makes it easy to maintain a good mood, stay focused, and keep you going. By drinking Slim Roast Optimum Dark Roast Coffee, you are in control. And the best part is, it tastes great. Sip some today.
My sponsor really didn't say much about the coffee. I ordered it, it arrived, and I started drinking it. Well, you'll find out that inside of that canister that's got 30 scoops in it, I didn't read the instructions, and those scoops are real small. And I kind of like my coffee strong, right? And so I thought, well, these scoops are so small, I'm just going to throw 2 scoops in there, right? What could it hurt? So I drank, 2 scoops, and then I had about a half hour or 45 minutes later, I had another cup of coffee, 2 scoops in it, and that was on a Saturday, and I went flying out the door, and my wife didn't see me till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was buzzing around doing everything. Now, it doesn't amp you up. It doesn't increase your heart rate, but it does give you plenty of energy and plenty of focus. And what my focus was to get everything done on my honey-do list and get it all done right then. And I came back into the house after not eating all day. I kind of forgot about eating. And she said, "What in the world happened to you?" And I said, she said, "Are you on drugs?" And I said, "No." I said, I just drank a couple of cups of that coffee. And then she said, "How many scoops did you use?" And, I said, "Well, I used 2 in each cup." And she said, "Well, you actually had 4 cups. So no wonder you're like you are." So anyway, guys, so it is an awesome product. Like I said, the best product I've seen in my 30 years in the industry. There's a lot of different ways, 4 ways to join, but I stay focused on one. And why do I do that? Because I want people to get started the right way, right? I want them to take and maximize everything. So the way that you do that is you buy the Business Builder Pack, right? $575 for a global business. Now think about that for a second. You want to be in business for yourself. Why not spend $575 and get in business on a global basis, right? With websites and landing pages and everything else, and a 5-year track record in a company that's got products that absolutely do work, that is going to go skyrocket, volume. So I show people this little chart right here, right? And so I show them, here's the basic, here's the starter, here's the advanced, here's the business builder package, there's what you're buying the products for. You get ranked up to Ruby. That doesn't mean anything right now. For everybody you sponsor, you earn, when they buy their package, you earn $100. You participate in this legacy bonus, which is gigantic. You earn twice as much in the dual team bonus as you do if you start any other way, and you earn a dual team match, and there's the global enrollment bonus pool that you participate in. So you pay a one-time activation fee for your back office and everything of $20. I mean, give me a break, $20 for everything that's back there, plus all your accounting and everything is a bargain. So, I tell people that that's the way to get started. Now, I say you maximize the compensation plan. Well, I'm not going to go into a long training, but I do want you to see the potential and what this is. Retail commissions, everybody understands that. Fast start, or I call them first order bonuses from $20 to $200. A legacy coded bonus, and I'm going to show you that in a second, how that materializes, but $100 paid to infinity. The dual team commission, up to 100,000 a week, 100,000 a week. That's 5,000 cycles at $20 a cycle. And I'll show you what happens there. Dual team matching bonus. So I go and put somebody great into the business. They make $10,000 a week. I make $2,000, right? I make $2,000 because I help them make that $10,000 a week. Shares in the global bonus pool, and then a car bonus that ranges from 400 to 3,000. Just went and picked up a Range Rover the other day, and just put my Valentus plate on it. So I thank Dave and Joyce for buying me a car and paying the payment. So, first order bonus or fast start bonus, 20, 40, 60. We don't get paid for recruiting people. We get paid for selling product, right? And moving product. So, network marketing is just another form of distribution. We don't put our products in the store. We take them person to person, right? That's the best way of showing and telling a person about a product. Our payday is every Friday. And like that little note says, it's an important note in the beginning. The majority of your income will come mostly from your efforts because you don't have a team yet, right? You don't have a team yet. Exponential growth. This is what I love and what is so exciting about this industry. I ask people all the time, can you enroll one person a month and teach them to do the same? Just one. If you can enroll one person a month, and I see everybody, yeah, they can do that. Everybody can do that. And teach them to do the same. You call 10 friends, you send out 8 samples, you find 8 people that say, hey, I drink coffee, I'd love to lose some weight, and oh, by the way, I wouldn't mind making some money too, right? So you send out 8 samples, you do the follow-up, and you really will enroll more than one, but I wanted to keep the numbers realistic here because this is a perfect world. This is, a graph without any attrition, without anybody, quitting along the way. And a lot of people, unfortunately, have the attention span of a gnat. But 1 month through 12, there's what you did on the second line, just one a month. And over the course of 12 months, you built a team of over 4,000 people. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if you're getting paid off 4,000 people, you're doing pretty good. You're way past the national average. I want you to take a look at what we're talking about averages, monthly income. This is put out by the company. They obviously know what the average diamond is making, right? The average double diamond is making, the average triple diamond is making, and the average blue diamond is making. Now there's other ranks besides that, but I just wanted to show you this. And I've got diamonds in my organization that this is what they're making, right? I hit triple diamond and I'm making just slightly more than that. It's been between about between $8,000 and $10,000 a week. Blue diamond, I'm trying to get to blue diamond right now. And, my sponsor, Rick, was a blue diamond, and I know what he was making. It's funny how this whole thing happens, but I want to show you a graph that I put together. And what you're going to see a left team and a right team, and you're going to see numbers coming on this. And this is just taking 3 people into consideration. Now, I know most of you are going to add a lot more than 3 people. But again, I'm just keeping it kind of sane. 3 people, you put 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. And there's that cycle bonus that I talked to you about, the whole $20. Every time the computer sees 200 in volume on one side and 100 volume on the other side, can be either side, doesn't matter. It'll pay you $20. But there's that legacy bonus, These were business builder packs that were put in and purchased. And so there was a fast start or first order commission that was paid, and then a legacy bonus. Now, all this, all I've done with this chart is have these 2 people go get their 3, right? And then these 2 people move over here and do their monthly loyalty purchase. So it's just a, progression over the course of next 7 months or so as we roll through. And these 18 go get their 3, and now we've got 54. And these 9 get their 3, now we've got 27. So the volume that you've done is 7,800 on one side, 4,000 on the other. You cycled 40 times or $800, right? Again, it just goes to another 3, another 3, and then finally to the 7th month. You just hit blue diamond, and you now have a very substantial income, right? A very substantial income. You got a couple $100,000 in volume on one side, $100,000 in volume on the other side. But what's interesting is that, every time a business builder pack is sold, there's that fast start bonus or that first order bonus, and then there's a $100 legacy bonus that is that's paid. And here's the legacy bonuses that are paid when you have 2,187 people joining your business and they're all buying a business builder pack. Then there's $218,700 in legacy bonuses that are paid out. And, you know, if 3 is all you ever sponsored, then all of those legacy bonuses would be paid to your sponsor, and your sponsor would be very happy and very appreciative. But I can show you how you can turn that around, and that's for another training. But I just wanted you to see, you know, how things progress. It doesn't happen overnight, you know, and my income didn't grow overnight. I mean, it grew, and that's what I wanted to show you. There was my first check, right? Remember what I said, you know, most of it is your efforts. That was my efforts, right? $580. And in the dual team, I cycled 7 times where I made $140. Then my match was a whole $4, right? So I made $724. Now, I say that because, and I wanted to show you that because I worked harder for that $724 than I work now for a lot more money, right? I mean, here's a check a year later, right? My weekly check, right? So it's $11,292.95. And as you see, still sponsoring, still recruiting, still putting people into the business. My dual team income is now 400 cycles at $20 a cycle. That's 8,000. And then my matching, and then my legacy bonus. So like I said, I worked harder for that 724 than I did for that 11,000. Over the first year, the company paid me almost $250,000, right? Almost $250,000 my first year. My second year, I know it'll be over 600. I'm somewhere between 600 and 800,000. It's because I've done this before. I know exactly what to do. And for all of you that have never been in network marketing, that's great, because if you'll just follow the proven method of operation, then we can teach you to do it exactly the same thing. The problem that a lot of us have that have been in network marketing is that we start doing it wrong, right? And we just have bad habits, right? So if you've never been in this industry, and we've got people breaking diamond that have never been in this industry, but they're teachable, they're coachable, they listen, they do exactly what they're asked to do, and you know, lo and behold, right? It's happening. So here's the question for you. If there was a chance that a $600 investment and some part-time effort, 10, 12 hours a week, over the next 3 to 5 years, I didn't say 3 to 5 weeks, I didn't say 3 to 5 days, I said 3 to 5 years, could produce a 6 or 7 figure annual income, would that be something that you would be interested in doing, right? Would you be interested in doing something like that? Now, if you're shaking your head, yes, then you need to get back to the person that invited you onto this Zoom and tell them you're ready to get started. I'll show you how to do that. In J. Paul Getty's book, he said, the first rule to success, right? You gotta be in business for yourself. There's tax advantages, there's just a lot of things and a lot of perks, but more importantly, you get to be paid what you're worth, right? So no cap on your income. Like with any big company, I mean, we're a 5-year-old company now. We've got calls, we've got trading calls, we've got webinars, we've got recorded calls. You can go to valentuscalls.com and sit and listen to calls for the next, 2.5 years. I mean, there's that many calls recorded, right? And the next big event is in Orlando in September, the 5th, 6th, 7th. And we always have a big diamond dinner on Wednesday night. So let's, work towards still plenty of time to get to diamond between now and September, and come to the diamond dinner, get recognized, and then participate. And I highly, highly, highly recommend going to these events. Why? Because it builds your belief, right? The world is filled with negativity. Sometimes that negativity comes from your family members, your spouse, and no telling who else, right? And nobody wants you to get ahead any further ahead than they have gotten ahead. So people are always trying to hold you down. And when you come to an event like this, it's all like-minded people. I mean, it's all very, very positive. So you definitely want to be there and be around all these people. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? You know, are you one of these people? Oh, just, hey, turn me loose, coach. Just get out of my way. Give me the ball. I'm ready to go. You know, and, you know, if you are, great. Congratulations. I mean, I was that way. I mean, what I saw 31 years ago was a meeting with a lot of people in it, with people making more money monthly than I was making annually in my own business that I had owned for 16 years. And I said, you know what? There's got to be something going on here. These people don't look that smart. I don't know how in the world they're doing it, but if it's not illegal, it's not immoral, and you know, it's all on the up and up, I want to do it with them. So I became a good student, right? And learned the business and have had a lot of fun doing that. Maybe some of you are saying, hey, I got some questions. That's good. You know, I mean, I had a lot of questions too, but that night in Memphis, Tennessee, I wrote a check for $35,000 and got into network marketing, much to the surprise of my wife, I must say. So maybe some of you just say, hey, I just don't think this is for me. I'm not gregarious enough. I'm not this, I'm not that. You know, I just don't have that kind of personality. And, you know, all you have to do is look at my friend Brian. I mean, he didn't have that kind of personality either. That company that he joined was his first network marketing company, right? Never had been in network marketing before, and he has earned $43 million, and he's been there 12 years, and his check is over $400,000 a month. So it was up to $700,000 a month. So, you know, maybe it's not for you, and hey, that's cool. You know, sometimes you just have to, you know, pass. You know, if you come into the business and you buy a business builder pack, Mr. Marshall Silver, and you can go to Silver, and it's SYLVER, silver.com/TP for Turning Point. And Marshall's going to give you 2 tickets to his Turning Point seminar. The next one is July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Las Vegas. There's one about every month or so, thereabouts. And those 2 tickets are good for any seminar in 2019. Unfortunately, then they disappear. So great. I've been a couple of times. Marshall is a diamond in Valentus, very quickly becoming a double diamond. And and you might think, when you go and look at it, you'll kind of wonder, why is a guy like that, you know, getting involved in a company like this? Because of the potential. Potential. He says, I can make $1 million a month in this residual and not work. And I said, you know, Marshall, I know you can. So let's go and do it. So the other thing I said at the beginning, that I was going to give you something for your time. I am a big believer in letting people, you know, giving people something for their time. Time's the most valuable commodity we have. And so if you'll get registered, get back to the person that invited you on here, get registered, have them tell me that you've registered. I will send you a $500 discount code, and that code can be activated by going to travelssavingsdollars.com. You can go there anytime and take the test drive. This company is a 15-year-old company. They have better prices on hotel bookings than Expedia, Priceline, and it goes on and on and on. But it's just a fantastic thing. Over 58 million members are on their platform. No blackout dates, and people are just blown away with, you know, the kind of money that they're saving by, you know, using this platform. It's not one of those platforms that you've ever heard about or know about. It's not public. It's private, right? So again, thanks for taking your time and joining me tonight. Monday night, volume is going through the roof. Tuesday, we've got, again, some great calls. Mitch does the Tuesday calls at 4 and 8 p.m. Right, Mitch? 4 and 8?
Yes, 4 and 8 p.m. East Coast time, Eastern.
4 and 8 p.m. East Coast time. Different code number. What's that code number, buddy? 507
You asked me that.
415
Yeah.
070.
Yep, it is 570-415-070.
Yeah.
4 o'clock and 7 o'clock East Coast time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
4 and 8.
Or 4 and 8.
4 and 8.
4 and 8. We got it. I fixed it, by the way, on the graphic. I'll get that to you.
Okay, 4 and 8. So go and again, bring some people, right? I mean, go get signed up tonight, buy your business builder pack, bring your friends to hear the call at 4 o'clock, have them go bring some friends, hear the call at 8 o'clock. I mean, that's what we do. This is not rocket science. This is just, exposing people to a great opportunity and to an incredible product. So with that, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining me here tonight, and look forward to seeing all of you guys on the next Zoom and at the event come this September. So with that, I want to say adios, and we will see you all later. We're going to end this meeting. Thank you very much.